This is KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green. I have two guests today from the Prairie Woods Franciscan Spirituality Center. Rod said that he would get extra points if I got the whole name. Did I get it all?
You nailed it.
All right. Say hi to Rod Bluml and Jonny Lipford, who are here to talk about specifically an event coming up in a couple of weeks, the Native Flute Festival. Before we talk specifically about the Flute Festival, Rod, give us the short introduction to the Prairie Woods Center for those who may not be familiar with it.
Well, we're a retreat and conference center. We welcome people of all traditions to come out and experience the peace and transformative energies of the land and of the staff there. We will be celebrating our 20th anniversary next year, and this festival really is a way to give voice to the land, and that's really why we exist at Prairie Woods.
And you're located in the northeast side of
Hiawatha,
right Robbins, northeast Cedar Rapids.
Right.
So kind of a little island there in the midst of a busy business and residential area.
We're an oasis in the urban area, right? And we were started by the Franciscan Sisters of Perpetual Adoration. They're out of La Crosse, Wisconsin.
And is this the first year, or has the Native Flute Festival been going for a while?
This is the first year that we're going to actually hold the Native American Style Flute Festival.
Right.
But it's in conjunction with an activity we've been holding almost from the beginning, the Nature Fest that we do annually to honor Francis of Assisi, who is kind of the patron or the champion of ecology, if you will, and also a way to honor the indigenous peoples who used to inhabit the land where Prairie Woods is now. They were displaced in the early 1800s, but we still very much carry their spirit and their appreciation for the land and harmony.
And Jonny, you have actually brought a Native American flute. How long have you been playing?
I did, and in fact I've been playing for about 13 years. I started when I was 13 years old.
What got you interested in it?
Cartoon, actually.
No kidding.
Watching cartoons one day, flipping through channels, and came across this character playing a brown flute. Later I found out what I was hearing was actually the South American pan flute, and when you hear those, they're very earthy, different quality of an instrument than the traditional silver flute. And I associated the brown color with wood, so I did a little research online in the very early stages of the internet and found resources for Native American flutes, and I received one in 2002 for Christmas, and ever since then just became a very strong passion of mine.
I'm going to have you pull it out and maybe play a few notes on it here in a few minutes. So tell me about the style and design. Obviously, even though we call it a flute, it's a flute only similar in name only to your traditional metal European silver flute, I imagine.
Right. There are a lot of similarities between the different flutes, but there's also something special about the Native American flute, is that the sound, of course, is one that captures the audience very quickly. But in design, its closest cousin would be that of the recorder.
That's what I was going to say.
And this one has a slow air chamber, so it's not like you blow right into it and it's a whistle style. There's a slow air chamber to help kind of cushion some of that air fluctuation and pressure fluctuation. And then its design is very close to the recorder for those that can't see it at home. But its quality and sound is unmatched by any.
All right, well, we'll have you play a few notes here in just a minute. Let's talk about, this is a two-day festival, so there's probably going to be a three-day, 25, 26, and 27. Yeah. So I'm guessing there's a little more going on than Jonny playing his flute. So tell me a little bit about the schedule of events.
Well, we're happy to kick it off on Friday morning at 11 o'clock with an opening ceremony, and we're actually going to have a representative of the indigenous people, Carrie Bateau, is going to come in regalia and do a little dance and sing us into the festival. And then after that, we'll have a main stage. Weather permitting, we'll be outside with all of the music, and we'll have live music continuous Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, each day from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m.
How many different performers?
There's I'd say there's roughly about 12 different performers.
Okay. Local, coming from around the region, indigenous peoples represented?
There are two of us that are local. Kelly Montijo Fink and myself represent the local interest here. Many are coming from, some of our headlining performers are coming from places like Dallas, Boise, Seattle, many from North Carolina, Tennessee. So they're coming
Miami.
from all over. Miami.
Wow.
Ohio.
So we're stretching from everywhere.
And what about admission charges?
$5 for adults on Friday and Saturday, $1 for children. That includes the concerts on Friday evening and Saturday evening. There will be 2 headline performers each of those nights, starting at 7 p.m. And then Sunday will be free.
Okay.
And that includes our Nature Fest, and that's part of it, which includes an animal blessing, which we've done for a number of years. But people are encouraged to come out. It's a family-friendly event, non-alcohol. And so we encourage everybody to come out, and we want people to spend their money on vendors and food, and a minimal amount at the gate.
All right. Talking with Rod and Jonny about the Native Flute Festival coming up at Prairie Woods in a couple of weeks, the weekend of September 25th. Well, I don't know about you, but now I am really curious to hear the Native Flute. So, Jonny, why don't you give us a little demonstration?
Sure, thanks.
Wow. It does evoke all of those natural images. Thank you very much for that. And again, the event is coming up the weekend of the 25th, 25, 26, and 27. What is the Prairie Woods website if people need more information?
Actually, we have a Sweetgrass Flute Festival website, which we encourage people to go to. It's www.sweetgrassfest.com.
All right.
And then the Prairie Woods website is just prairiewoods.org.
And, of course, one of the things that you do there is that you mentioned the conference center. If you want to have a gathering for whatever company or organization and you really want to unplug, this is the place to come.
This is the place to come.
All right. Rod and Jonny, thanks so much for coming in. The festival sounds great. We'll wish you good weather and great attendance and a fun time September 25th through the 27th.
All right,
Awesome.
great.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Dennis.